I just want you to do the best you can. That's all.
Chris Noth. He charmed his way into millions of hearts as Mr. Big on Sex and the City.
Well, get in for Christ's sakes.
And with major roles on Law & Order and The Good Wife, Chris Noth remained a staple on television for over 20 years. But soon after the premiere of And Just Like That, Noth found himself in hot water, accused of sexual misconduct by multiple women.
John! Oh, God. Oh, God, John. Oh, John, honey. John!
It didn't help when his SATC co-stars released a statement supporting Noth's accusers, shifting public opinion against him. The fallout was swift and severe, as Noth was erased from both And Just Like That and CBS's The Equalizer.
I'd call that a success.
While Noth denies the allegations, he was absent from the screen for years, until returning with the horror film The Block. Michael Richards. Cosmo Kramer may be one of the funniest characters to have ever existed, but there was nothing funny about Michael Richards' meltdown at the Laugh Factory.
I take it all back! Everything, I take it all back, every word! I love you!
Unable to handle hecklers in the audience, Richards unleashed a shockingly racist tirade. The actor's career practically collapsed overnight, facing backlash from the public and the press.
I'm not a racist. That's what's so insane about this. I don't... and yet, it's said. It comes through. It fires out of me.
A poorly received apology on David Letterman came across more awkwardly humorous than sincere, becoming endlessly replayed and ridiculed. While Richards was able to salvage some of his reputation thanks to support from longtime friend Jerry Seinfeld, his career has never fully recovered.
I should have just said, yeah, you're absolutely right. I'm not funny.
All right.
I think I'll go home and work on my material, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Blah, 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 and split.
Today, fans tend to have fond memories of Kramer, but many would rather forget Richards himself. Lea Michele. Considering the accusations against her, Lea Michele seems almost indistinguishable from Rachel Berry.
Class, in Mr. Schuster's absence, I'd like to go around and ask everyone what solos they'd like to hear me perform at sectionals.
Hey, you know what? Let me at it! Go ahead,
Like her Glee role, Michelle was described by some as having a mean girl prima donna attitude. In 2020, co-star Samantha Marie Ware alleged that Michelle caused traumatic microaggressions on set, opening up the floodgates for other former castmates to make similar claims.
I would like to say some words about my good friend Rachel Berry. Rachel Berry is the most horrible human being on the planet.
What?
Despite acknowledging her attitude problem and apologizing for her immaturity and unnecessarily difficult behavior, the damage was done. The internet was quick to turn on the actress, making her the subject of some truly bizarre conspiracy theories that continue to overshadow her career.
I'm sorry, Kurt. Santana has me doing all these photo ops and interviews, and my reputation is at stake here. Seriously, you know, I could lose jobs if I don't clean this up.
Much like Rachel Berry, Michelle has cemented her place in pop culture at the expense of reportedly strained relationships with castmates and a tarnished image. Jussie Smollett.
But I got some information that I think you and your family need to know.
Yeah, well, you can save it. I'm not here to give you absolution.
With an acclaimed role on Empire and a promising music career, the sky was the limit for Jussie Smollett. In January 2019, Smollett made headlines as the victim of a hate crime, sending shockwaves through the industry.
And then we started tussling. You know, it was very icy, and we ended up tussling by the stairs. Fighting. There was a second person involved.
Soon after, though, investigations alleged that Smollett had staged the entire incident himself. In 2021, a Chicago jury found him guilty of felony disorderly conduct, though Smollett appealed the verdict.
On Thursday, a Chicago jury declared Jussie Smollett really bad at acting. Smollett was found guilty of charges related to staging a hate crime.
In 2024, the Illinois Supreme Court overturned the convictions on constitutional grounds, with Smollett reaching a settlement the following year. Despite these developments, public backlash has yet to recover.
You know, the way that it works is what liars do is they take a big pile of lies and they sprinkle it with the truth. So as I'm sitting here and I'm fighting the very things that are untrue about me, some truths did come into play.
Ever since the scandal, Smollett has only appeared in self-produced projects, with mainstream relevance so far still out of reach. Ellen DeGeneres.
And I've said it before, but I'll say it again. If I've done anything in the past 19 years, I hope I've inspired you to be yourself, your true, authentic self.
By the late 2010s, Ellen was arguably the most untouchable figure in Hollywood. Her "Be Kind" mantra was seen as the ultimate mark of goodness, making her one of the most popular celebrities worldwide.
I didn't even know you liked me.
Of course I like you. You knew I liked you. You've been on the show many times, and don't I show like?
But allegations of a toxic workplace on her talk show derailed her image. Once praised as the embodiment of kindness, DeGeneres is now mainly branded by critics as mean.
This is me, and my intention is to always be the best person I can be. And if I've ever let someone down, if I've ever hurt their feelings, I am so sorry for that.
Amid dwindling public support and declining ratings, she decided to end her talk show in 2022. A subsequent return to stand-up drew a mixed response, with some critics blasting her for making excuses instead of accepting responsibility.
You know, I used to say that I didn't care what other people thought of me, and I realize now, looking back, I said that at the height of my popularity.
The comedian has since stepped away from the spotlight, and only time will tell if the public is ever willing to welcome her back. Dean Cain. With a series of controversial raids that sparked nationwide protests, public opinion of the United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement has been divisive in recent times.
He made a recruitment video for the agency, which is sparking outcry over immigration raids, and Cain claims he's working with them.
And when former Superman star Dean Cain openly threw his support behind ICE, it unleashed a largely negative response. Cain went further by accepting an honorary role in the agency. His decision has ignited a hostile outcry, with celebrities like Margaret Cho and John Leguizamo blasting Cain for his tone-deaf stance.
Others on the left joined the pile-on. Last week, tonight's John Oliver took a swipe, saying Cain doesn't need to mask up because there's zero chance he'll be recognized. Comedian Margaret Cho, Democratic Congressman Mark Pocan, and Jared Moskowitz also mocked him.
However, Cain has refused to back down, supporting ICE on social media and national television. Amid widespread outrage, Cain's detractors have accused him of betraying the ideals of compassion and justice that Superman is supposed to embody.
Lois, what's going on?
I said our marriage isn't working.
I have no idea what you're talking about. But you're not walking out that door without telling me.
Roseanne Barr.
Why does everybody else think I'm dead?
You looked happy. I thought maybe you moved on.
Lauded for its authentic portrayal of a working-class family, the Roseanne revival was initially a success. However, Barr soon caused the downfall of her own show.
Well, looky here, written by Roseanne Connor.
Oh, trash that.
This would have sold like hotcakes if only you hadn't killed off the most interesting character.
In May 2018, Barr tweeted offensive remarks against former Obama advisor Valerie Jarrett, widely condemned as racist and Islamophobic. Any chance of regaining her reputation faded with her subsequent apology, which many interpreted as Barr doubling down on her comments.
I thought the bitch was white!
Roseanne was fired from her hit ABC show after comparing Jarrett to a character from Planet of the Apes.
ABC was quick to cancel Roseanne soon after, reviving the show as the spin-off, The Connors, which killed off her character. Barr has mainly stayed outside of mainstream media since then, and with her unapologetic stance and controversial image, it's unlikely to change anytime soon.
You know, nobody understood my tweet because they lack the geopolitical background to even understand it. They're like, oh, she said to him, you know, they're just idiots.
Charlie Sheen.
Charlie? You okay?
Sure. Why do you ask?
Back in 2011, watching a Charlie Sheen rant was its own form of entertainment. After being fired from 2.5 Men, Sheen went on an extended meltdown that turned into a media circus.
Your anger and your hate, I think, is coming off as erratic to people.
Passion, my passion. It's all
okay, your passion
yes.
is coming off as erratic
right,
to people.
Well,
happily feeding tabloids with over-the-top tirades, Sheen made outrageous claims, like believing he had Adonis DNA and tiger blood. Winning became his signature catchphrase, using it to justify his wild behavior to portray himself as uniquely different.
I'm by winning. I win here and I win there. Now what? If I'm bipolar, aren't there moments where a guy like crashes and like in the corner like, oh my God, it's all my mom's fault? Shut up.
Highly publicized liaisons with adult film stars, feuds with co-stars, and remarks criticized as glamorizing substance abuse disorder further cemented his downfall. It took years and an HIV diagnosis before Sheen mellowed down, but his outlandish antics remain etched into the darkest chapters of pop culture history.
You know there are a lot of rumors out there right now, and you would like to address them head on, so I'll give it to you. Go ahead.
I have to, yeah. I'm here to admit that I am, in fact, HIV positive.
Danny Masterson. Springboarding to fame as Hyde on That 70s Show, Danny Masterson is now remembered less for his career and more for the convictions that destroyed it.
What the hell's the matter with you? Stealing my cable!
Fred, before you blow your stack, why don't you take a look at that car wash girl?
In 2017, multiple women came forward with allegations of sexual misconduct, which Masterson denied. However, he was swiftly fired from Netflix's The Ranch before being let go from his talent agency.
I'll just say it again. Take the bag and disappear, or you disappear.
By 2020, Masterson faced criminal charges and was ultimately convicted to 30 years to life in 2023. Once the most popular character in That 70s Show, Hyde is now viewed through a far different lens.
Man, the last day of the 70s. You know, thinking back, it's like one big blur.
You're welcome.
Even Masterson's co-stars Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher didn't walk away unscathed, with the pair slammed for writing letters of support on Masterson's behalf during his trial. Bill Cosby. For more than 4 decades, Bill Cosby was celebrated as America's dad. The Cosby Show was a timeless sensation, breaking barriers in representation and highlighting positive family dynamics.
Hey, I know.
You know what?
What you gonna say? And it's under control. So, no problem.
All that came crashing down in 2014 when comedian Hannibal Buress called Cosby out for past allegations. Once media scrutiny caught on, over 60 women came forward accusing Cosby of sexual misconduct.
What do you want to see happen to the man you claim violated you?
To tell the truth. Give us back what you took.
His personal brand collapsed under years of investigations, leaving decades of goodwill in ruins. Speaking to the NNPA, Cosby maintained his innocence, claiming his entire trial was a setup, and describing the jurors as imposters.
Bill Cosby came back home. Wyatt says they stayed up until 2 in the morning. The 83-year-old telling him he didn't want to go to bed. He was afraid all of this was just a bad dream.
Although his 2018 conviction was overturned on a procedural technicality in 2021, Cosby's name is permanently damaged, now often mentioned alongside other similarly disgraced Hollywood figures. Is there a fallen TV star you can think of? Let us know in the comments.
Let me just catch my breath first. I'm a peaceful man.